Hey guys, what's good? Welcome to Order of Opinion. I'm your host Tim. This is my co-host Anthony.
What's good, guys?
And today we are continuing our ranking and breakdowns of the Harry Potter cinematic universe.
Yup.
The HCU.
Motherfucking HCU.
So today we are doing this would be the number 4 movie.
On your list.
On my list. That's right. So we are going by the host lists, and we will break it down with the 10-point scale.
And we'll switch on and off. So if you fucking hate Tim as a host, it's good. We'll switch on and off.
Yeah.
I'm probably a terrible host, too. Because I don't understand shows or how to run them. So that's how we're going to do it.
Yeah. Should just do a cold opening from now on, just the intro with it, and then say, fuck it.
Yeah. Well, with Marvel, which you could check out, we didn't even give a fuck about doing any of that shit.
Yeah.
But
too hard. It's hard to talk for an extra 2 minutes, man.
And promote,
which I guess we should probably do now.
Yeah.
So, if you like what we have to say, or you hate what we have to say, or you just don't care what we have to say, but you want to talk to somebody, you can find us on Twitter, at Order of Opinion, or on our Facebook. And
those will be our release schedules of all the movie series that we're doing will be on Twitter. You can see the Harry Potter one on there.
That's right.
We've already had put out 4 by now.
Including Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic.
That's not including Fantastic Beasts. So it'd be 5 including Fantastic Beasts.
Yes.
Yeah.
So those are all out, episodes 15 through 19, right?
15 through 20 now, at this point.
Yeah. No, 19. It's 15 through 19. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
No, that's right, yes.
So, yeah. Go check those out. Those are our previous rankings. And see where Fantastic Beasts ranks amongst that.
That's right. And we've also done the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and in January we will be doing the Star Wars Cinematic Universe. So
yeah, I'm excited for that one.
And
Rogue One we're going to come out with probably a few days after it comes out on Friday.
Yeah.
We could do it the day of that it comes out, but I don't really like doing that spoiler-free shit.
No, and we don't want to oversaturate.
If you guys want us to do spoiler-free shit, ask us, but I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of spoiler-free.
I'd rather you guys watch the movie, soak it in, and then listen to us bullshit about it.
Well, because what's going to happen with spoiler-free is the only reason it'll be spoiler-free is because we have to edit the fuck out of it because we'll just keep fucking being stupid and giving out spoilers.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I just better just to do this.
Yeah.
Like, make yourself responsible for watching the movie. Don't make us responsible for you watching the movie.
Yeah.
Like, that's not our responsibility.
Yeah. And also, like I said, the scores that we give out of a 10-point scale, which we do fucking use decimals. If it's good enough for the Olympics, it's good enough for us. It's based off of the series that we are breaking it down. So, Harry Potter movies, we're only comparing to the Harry Potter movies. The scores can be transcendent towards, like, Marvel, what we gave the scores in Marvel. So you can look them all up.
Yeah.
I would say that would probably make it a better movie if we gave a higher score.
Probably.
But we're just doing the series at a time because, to me, Harry Potter to a Marvel movie...
It's a hard comparison. And then we'd have to be doing, like, a 1,000-point scale because eventually, like, we'd have to find a room for everything in between everything else.
There would be so many ties at that point.
And
a lot of these are good movies. Marvel is solid, good movies. Harry Potter is solid, good movies.
I mean, and when you look at it, too, like, it sort of does line up with how we were ranking the other movies. It's just, don't confuse yourself.
You know who should be in a movie or make a movie? Motherfucking Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy. Well, he created the internet already. He can start creating movies, too. And they would just be about him saying dumb shit and his friends being like, bro.
He should be in a movie and his whole dialect be in auto-tune.
Right? And then apparently Sean Kingston's thug ass with him.
Sean Kingston is a thug. I fuck with Sean Kingston.
What was the song he, like, popped off for, though, at the very beginning?
I don't remember, but who gives a fuck? And I think he even says, like, in interviews, like, yo, y'all think, like, I'm about that, like, pop shit, but I'm really, like, a real-ass motherfucker, you know?
Well, what I want to know...
That's what's funny, too, about the rappers, like, who's real? But that's another podcast for another time.
Well,
So
you
it's
know
not
who's
about.
for show real? R. Kelly. And just to speak on Sean Kingston, if someone tries to snatch his cane or his chain, will they spill the crayons out of it? Is it that deep? Because I don't know if you know this, but he has a crayon box chain.
Yeah, that shit's raw.
It is raw, but can you take each crayon out? That'd be even rawer.
That would be hella raw.
But anyway, so let's get to it. This is our number 4 movie.
Your number 4.
My number 4. It's the show's number 4 for this series right now.
Well, we can include Fantastic Beasts in this one now. No?
No.
Not yet?
Not until the next one.
All right.
Unfortunately. But number 4.
So not including Fantastic
Not
Beasts.
including Fantastic Beasts.
All right.
My number 4 movie of just the Harry Potter movies. And that would be, for me, Harry Potter and Prisoner of Azkaban. And I gave it a 7. Because I like hanging out at Azkabans.
Yeah, the Prisoner of Azkaban, for me, I gave it a 6.6, and it was number 5 on my list out of the 8, since we're not including Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
It was number 5. So it was the 4th worst, or the 5th best, however you want to look at it. 4th worst. Your stomach all right, bro?
Yeah, apparently. If you hear some growling, it is not Sirius Black in the booth with us.
Thank God, because he'd be naked in a fucking fur coat.
Naked.
And some weird-ass shit going
And
on.
he'd be naked, we'd be afraid.
Yeah, because he's a meth head.
He looks
For
like
sure.
a meth head.
He's a meth eater. He's not a death eater, he's a meth eater.
That's right, and he hangs out at the Methley Hollows. Which apparently everything just starts with death in the Harry Potter franchise. If they want
The whole
to.
shit's about death.
That's all it is about killing each other. Like, it's not about him getting...
And like we said, Hogwarts is the most dangerous place on Earth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, kids are continuously sent there.
Dude, and that's what makes me think, like, Harry Potter, you think in the first book or the first movie, this is about a movie about this kid's life is getting better, but arguably it gets worse throughout the
Yeah,
movies.
because, I mean, I guess he was getting starved and he was living in a shitty room and was disrespected and basically abused. But at least he wasn't going to die every fucking time.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it's like...
So what was going on here? Why did they think that they needed... Like, maybe you were right all this time. Maybe the aunt and uncle were trying to protect him.
That's what I'm saying. I think that at the end of the day, like I said, yeah, he was an asshole, but he essentially scared them to death. The fact that he could do magic. They were scared of him.
They were, yeah, super scared.
And you know, which brings up that point of why the wizards don't trust muggles and why they're underground and all that shit. But when you think about it, he wasn't at least endangered. Or not endangered. He wasn't in danger when he was with them. He was just getting abused. Every time he goes to Hogwarts, somebody's trying to kill him.
Like, actually kill him. Like, and not just, like, fuck with him. Like,
and he knows this.
Yeah. Because I know Vernon says, like, I'll kill you, I'll do this, this, and that, but he knows he's not going to do that.
Yeah,
he's lived there for...
kill you.
Yeah, he's lived there for 12
murder
years. And that's what I'm saying. Like, even that situation, you're right, it doesn't sound as dangerous, but maybe it's just not as fun. And that's really what Harry Potter is about, is no responsibility and fun.
And he gets to be a jackass at Hogwarts, and he has the fame.
He gets to be a
That's all it is. He's just craving the fame. And
That's right.
he can drink there. Because wizards encourage alcoholism.
Yeah.
As they mention within this movie, his dad was an alcoholic.
That's what they say. He was unemployed.
Well, he probably was.
Unemployed alcoholic. Well, yeah, they drink a lot.
Why? Of course they do. They're bored all the time.
Well, yeah.
They could do anything with magic.
They
At
never
that
have
point,
to
you're just
try.
bored. You just get hammered.
Yeah, that
And
makes
maybe
sense.
there's a spell to get yourself unhammered, but they don't want to be non-hammered. They just want to be hammered all the time.
Well, that they could just magically fill up their cups, too, so if you never have to get up to get another
And
drink.
Snape is just drinking fucking a little bit of codeine, promethazine just all day.
Right? That's his
That's
stash.
why he's always just monotoned out.
Yeah,
He's fucking
he's
drugged out.
leaning hella hard.
So yeah, but anyways, I was okay with this movie. Like I said, I liked the setup, didn't like the close. Middle relief was solid, closer came in and fucked up the game.
No, I agree. Setup, middle, it was great until the end.
Yeah.
It was, well, and even, it was just like parts of the end
Yeah.
were bad. And
Yes.
they were corny.
Like, I liked the time travel shit.
Yeah.
But all the shit with the reveal of the rat is like, all right.
I thought that
I
was
guess
one
that
of the
was
more
okay.
solid things.
But I sort of felt like Sirius Black was even forced as a scaring factor until the end. I thought that was sort of forced in general. It was just pushed on you. Oh, I came across a newspaper again. Oh, how does Harry Potter work? Like that every single time. There's a newspaper of a fucking guy screaming, fucking wanting meth. And then he gets told that, oh, hey, he's a murderer and he escaped Azkaban. Well, we're all scared now.
Withdrawals.
Azkaban. And, you know, I just sort of felt like that was forced. And just like I said, the ending in general was just like this whole riffraff back and forth to explain this shit and pointing wands at each other. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was okay. But like I said, I like the beginning. I like the setup. I like the actual ending. But that, like, portion that led to the ending was terrible.
Yeah, I would agree. And I think that what I liked a lot about this movie, besides the choppy, you know,
oh god,
well, I didn't like the choppiness. But
it was convoluted as shit.
Well, yeah, but it also shows them actually learning. It's the last time.
Feels like some X-Men shit.
It's the last time they actually learn in school. Because Snape shows that he's the only real teacher there when he takes over for the dude's class, and he's like, all right, we're going to learn the meaning of this word.
Right?
Like, it's the only time you see them learn, other than spells and, like, dicking around. Like, he basically says, this class ain't going to be fun today. We're putting on the projector. Y'all actually need to do
And what's
work.
funny about, and we'll talk about that scene, but the only part I want to talk about that scene is, like, how stupid Harry is.
Yeah.
Like, Snape's like, yo, you guys got homework. And Harry looks at him and is like, dude, like, I got a Quidditch match.
Yeah,
and Snape's like, I don't give a fuck.
He basically tells him, he's like, well, don't...
Give me homework. Don't give me work, because I'm a star athlete.
He's like, don't break both your arms, because you need at least one to finish this homework.
I like Snape. I fuck with Snape, dude. R.I.P.
Right?
So, yeah, I didn't know. I just felt like it was choppy. It was convoluted. But there was some good things about it. And that's why I had to give it the score I did a 6.6.
I just think it was like the last time it was whimsical.
Yeah,
in any of the movies.
But the tension was just like, it was cool shit. But the werewolf shit, I just, no.
I didn't mind that at all.
I'm good.
What I think what I minded more was the Godfather Godson relationship theme.
Yeah.
I did at the end. I hated that.
That was forced also.
It was super corny.
And
to just go live with the guy.
This is how stupid Harry is, right? Regardless of the fact this guy escaped from jail and he looks like he's been doing meth for 10 years. And which apparently is cool in the wizard world. You just do meth and become an alcoholic and it's all good. But Harry Potter, like, as soon as he figures out what's good, he makes a nice, good, intuitive decision. And he's right.
Yeah.
Right? Which involves, like, essentially fucking up Snape, which was hilarious.
Dude, that was the best.
After that, Sirius Black just goes in this whole monologue. And then basically is like, hey, dude, do you want to, like, live with me? Even though I know I'm on the run and I do drugs.
And I don't have a house.
And I'm, like, half dog. And I like to be naked under all my clothes. I don't wear underwear. But, yeah, do you want to come live with me? Because I am your, like, godfather.
Yeah. Bro, and what the fuck is an animagus?
Well, apparently he does have a house, though. So at least he's not, like, homeless.
Yeah. But they don't reveal that at all at the beginning. He's just sort of like, come live with me. I'm on the run.
Yeah. And Harry just, for knowing a dude for an hour, is just like, I can't wait. Like, it's going to be so great living with him. I get all the meth I want.
I like how he tells him that, but then he's like, but you can't do it, like, now. You know? He invites him to live with him, but then slashes his dreams, like, immediately.
Yeah, but like I said, though, some of the shit was fun. The action was cool. I love the fucking hippogriff fucking animal. That shit was clean.
Dude, and I thought
I want one of those.
That the, this was one of the times, maybe because it was raining and it was just so cloudy, but this is one of the times that the Quidditch...
It got dark.
Well, but the Quidditch didn't just look bad. But maybe it's because they had so much fuzz in the background from the rain that they were able to pull it off.
That's true. I'll give you that.
So, I don't know, but this is
And they got, like, real jerseys now. They got numbers and shit.
Yeah, and they don't look like...
Is there Quidditch jerseys online? So I might just cop that shit. They have, like, a Slytherin one, that dark green shit.
Dude, and it looks like a fucking Scott Summers coat. So...
Because there always has to be some form of robe in the wizard world.
Which I don't get. So that's, speaking of, not to derail too much, because we'll get into the movie when, after this point. But what is an animalgus compared to a werewolf compared to what McGonagall does? And why? Apparently, the only difference between an animalgus, which is Sirius, and what McGonagall does...
Sirius... Oh, yeah, what's the difference between that? What's the difference between McGonagall Island and...
Well, she gets to keep her clothes on when she transforms. That's the difference. Which, thank God.
No, she's probably not wearing anything under her robe either.
Yeah, but she has a hat on when she comes back, so why does he need to be naked? Or is he just on the run naked?
Naked, yeah.
But then he comes back in prison clothes.
That's true. You're right.
But
he still had that coat on, didn't he?
In this one, I don't know if he had that fur coat.
That shit was fresh.
Yeah.
Not with him naked under it, but that shit was fresh.
Or, you know who had the fresher coat?
Oh, God. The Fred Flintstone get-up by Hagrid.
Fred Flintstone by Hagrid. Bro.
You guys, check out that scene where he's finding out that the Hippogriff's going to die. And, of course, which it almost seems like Hermione, Weasley, and Harry Potter just go to bug Hagrid, like, all
Most
the time.
of the time,
Like,
yeah.
Hagrid's sort of like, dude, like, can you guys leave me the fuck alone? Like, I can only think for, like, 30 seconds out of a minute at a time. I'm half
I got those
stupid.
giant jeans, yeah.
I'm wearing some fucking Fred Flintstone get-up, and I'm trying to skip rocks and not look weird, okay? Can you guys fucking leave me alone for once?
No, it's true. But it looks like the polka dots are literally like felt that's
Felt,
glued
yeah.
onto the tie.
And he has some shag jacket. That shit's fresh, too.
But it looks like he literally cut that off.
It looks like his pubes.
That's what I'm saying. It looks like he cut it off the dirtiest animal and then never washed it again because it's like dreaded out.
Well, it's because you find out a lot of animals die around Hagrid or get, like, taken.
Well, that's because Hagrid is doing something like he's
Sorry,
just...
guys, if I hear a sneeze, I'm a little sick.
Yeah,
I'm still coming through.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
It's because we got that Sorcerer's Stone. We can make it. But yeah, so to talk about the movie.
Yeah. Prisoner of Azkaban.
It starts off with him trying to do magic under his bed, which why can't the Ministry see that? Is it because his head is covered?
I think it's because he didn't get caught.
No.
I think as long as it's fair game.
Because think about it, with the Dementors, no one saw that happen. They were under a bridge. No one saw that happen, but they still dinged him on it.
But it was, yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
you're right.
But with this one, it's just cool. It's all right. But then,
and that's another thing too. Even if that didn't happen, the aunt and the uncle didn't seem like they were going to snitch on him.
No, not at all. They weren't. I think that yeah, of course they're mean because they don't want to have this fucking kid.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're protecting him. He's alive still. They could have just put him in a boarding school, which is pretty fucking popular out there. And they could have just abandoned him.
Essentially.
They didn't have to do any of this shit. They knew it
Well, no, they didn't want to pay for him to go to school, remember?
Yeah, but think about it. They know what trouble he's going to bring. And they still keep him. Like, they can't be that dumb to not, like, that no one...
Yeah, so they somewhat, maybe not the dad, but the mom somewhat cares about him.
Yeah.
Like, she somewhat, like, wants Harry to be all right.
Yeah.
The dad's a complete dick.
And they... Yeah, he is. And
that's because he's fat, gross, and old.
Well, that's because his eyes allow him to keep both eyes on two different kids.
And he has grimy British teeth, so that probably doesn't help either.
And I wonder if he was looking at it because... So we'll just get to this now. So Harry, they have their aunt over.
Yeah. Which I think is the dean from Matilda.
I don't know.
She redefines the word cunt. And we could say cunt because we're talking about British shit.
And they like
and
use
British
that word.
love using the word cunt, so that's our theme.
And so
she's oh my god.
She just comes in and hands her shit to Harry and is like snapping at him like, boy, give me this.
No, when he says yes to her, she's like, don't say yes to me like that, you little prick.
Right? She makes fun of him, but then...
Your mom's a bitch, by the way.
Yeah, she says that. She's like...
It's nothing to do with the father. It's all to do with the mother. You see it all the time with dogs. If there's something wrong with the bitch, then there's something wrong with the pup.
She says bitch. She's talking about a dog.
And of course they're getting drunk, drinking some heen.
Yeah, right? And I like how she says, like, just a little bit, and then he fills up a little bit. She's like, more.
Yeah.
It's like, well, don't be
stingy. I'm trying to get hammered, motherfucker.
Yeah. And then she gives it to her dog.
And then in the same note, she gives it to her dog, and then they call his dad an alcoholic fucking unemployed man.
And that makes Harry fucking lose his shit.
Yeah. Because apparently you can't talk shit to wizards, because they'll use their wand as a gun. Because it is a gun.
Yeah. It can't
I don't give a fuck what people say. If you're putting that at someone's neck as a threat, that is a knife or a gun.
And it seems like with as hard as a wand is just a stick. If you put a narrow stick up to someone's neck and pushed up, you'd probably kill him regardless.
Yeah.
So it's a physical weapon as well.
Yeah, so apparently he can't call his dad an alcoholic or his mom a bitch. And he blows her up, and now she's a floating cunt.
Yeah, but that scene was funny.
It was funny.
And
it was funny.
The blowing up didn't look so fake that I was taken out of it.
Yeah.
Like when he's hanging on to her and she's like floating away, and she's just like, you fucking better not let go. And he's like, sorry. And he fucking falls over. How many times is this fool going to fall from some distance? Like,
right?
They just beat Vernon up. I guess he's got the spare tire to fucking absorb most of the blow. I mean, fuck, if he's got a spare tire, he's the Michelin Man. Like, because that shit is big. And I always thought this, if he saw that, after seeing that, why didn't he ever come back to Harry and be like, hey, can you, like, shrink me down a little? Like, you blew her up. Can you shrink me down?
Right? Why don't any of the fat wizards do that?
That's what I was thinking the other day. It's like, in the wizarding world, it's just a choice of if you get to be fat or not.
Yeah. How she writes it.
Essentially. And also,
what the hell was that?
That was my stomach again.
Oh, okay.
Just no.
That was a Deathly Hollow moan.
Yeah, no. Cruikshanks is in here trying to get that damn rat. But no, yeah. So then he just sort of dips.
Yeah, and they make a good point. They're like, dude, where are you gonna go? If you want to leave, fine. Fuck you. But where are you gonna go?
Well, apparently,
and he just like trances out because he knows he's the chosen one. You know, he just gets all pissed off. And of course, he sits at a curb, which like, what's he gonna do?
At the park, which I'm guessing is the park that in Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah.
The same park?
Maybe.
It looks like it. Apparently, there's
and
just
then
a lot of parks.
The land of convenience and everywhere. A triple-decker bus shows up, which was a cool-ass scene, though.
But the bus is specifically for wizards that are stranded.
Yeah.
But he didn't call any. They just know.
They just know.
They just know. And I guess that bus scene was sort of cool, too.
Yeah, it was a great action scene.
Like the movie
and you had the
starts
Jamaican
off.
bobsled team pygmy fucking head.
He's
like, Jamaica has a bobsled team.
He's like,
little old lady at 12 o'clock.
Dude, and the driver, I guess, just like falls asleep randomly.
Yeah. He looks like the toy maker from Toy Story. He
Yeah.
looks like a super CGI dude.
Yeah, he does look like the toy maker.
And not the toy maker, the toy fixer, whatever that
Bro,
is.
and what was up with that fucking junkie who was taking the tickets?
That was weird.
He was like he had some fucking pock marks. Like he scratched a little too much. The bugs were getting in.
And yeah, that's like I said, the newspaper exposition scene, which wasn't that bad considering the fact that it was within an action scene.
And at least someone else is mentioning the newspaper.
Yeah.
Like, hey, who the fuck is that on the newspaper? He looks like he's cracked the fuck out.
Because he is.
He's like, you don't know who the fuck Sirius Black is? And I like how he says, what's your name? And Harry's like, finally, like, dude, I'm tired of telling people my name. He's like, I didn't tell you my name, bro.
Right?
He's just hella rude to him.
That's true.
And then they fuck. Oh, dude. But the CGI in this wasn't even that bad either.
No.
So they start off with two really solid, like, and that's what I'm saying, whimsical action scenes.
I'll give you that.
And then it leads them to fucking. Is that the three? Yeah, it is the three broomsticks. No, that's the leaky cauldron.
The leaky cauldron. He's like, the leaky cauldron.
Yeah, and he's like, did you hear that, Mauve? It's in London. They're laughing at him. He thinks we don't know. It's in London. All right, kid. It's like when you're like 5 years old and you go to pay for something. That's sort of what they're treating him like.
Yeah.
Like, okay, your mom's got it. Here, give me the fucking 2 cents.
And that was that's when he talks to the Minister of Magic. His Minister of Magic is like, all right, dude, like, you didn't really use magic. I know you couldn't control it, so we got you. And I know every other student has to pay for their books, but we're giving you your books for free. We got all your shit. We got you. Like,
right?
What the fuck?
I didn't get that. What happened to this Minister
Harry
of Magic?
Potter is the most privileged motherfucker in the wizard world.
Yeah, well,
he's privileged as fuck.
Well, everybody gives him what he wants. What happened to this minister? He just disappears because he seems hella nice. He just told Harry, like about the underage thing, because Harry gets dinged for that again later on when he's actually using it to save someone.
Right.
And they're like, no, we can change the rules to punish
Well, that's
you.
because when he did that, the minister was losing his shit.
Yeah, but
the minister is still cool, calm and collected. And then within that scene, like, you see the Igor dude, which is kind of funny.
Has the best
He's like
laugh.
offering him bread with his. Of course, a theme in the wizard world. They're nasty ass hands.
They don't have running water. They just have basins that fill themselves back up magically. Like, what the fuck? No,
Yeah.
and so
he's like trying to offer him bread with these nasty ass hands, and Harry's like, "Bro, I'm good, okay."
and then he has the
like-
best laugh ever. Dude, and so they just let him go. They're just like, "Oh, it's good, bro. Don't worry about it. We don't punish people for this."
Yeah.
Which we clearly will later, but not right now.
And exactly, and they just pay for his fucking books. And then he gets to stay up above the fucking bar that they always meet in.
Yeah, and then of
And
course
the room service. Apparently, there's room service there.
Yeah, which is like a green witch. Did they just throw that in to be sort of silly? Like, no, yeah, there are green witches. And then
I'm glad they didn't make it a Mexican.
there are no Mexicans in England. But then
That's when he sees the weird ass pussy mouth monster book, right?
yeah, so Hogwarts is now, instead of just coming to school being dangerous, now just opening your books at school is dangerous. And apparently,
That's a good point.
which no one tells them. Like, there's no sticker attached
Yeah.
to the book saying, "Hey."
And like when Malfoy asks him how to open it, like Hank looks at him like, "You got to stroke the spine."
Yeah, he's
You
basically
fucking
saying,
asshole.
"You
Like,
gotta
how
jerk
the
it."
fuck did he know that?
You gotta
how
jerk
was,
it
how was
off.
Malfoy gonna know that?
That's what I'm saying. There's no sticker on there that's saying like, "Hey man, jerk this book off," and then you can open it. But if you don't, it'll ruin the pages inside by trying to.
And of
bite.
course, Hermione and Ron are there.
yeah,
at the bar.
because you see the cat and the
All
run by.
the Weasleys are there. And
All
this
of
is
them.
some more exposition with Weasley telling him, which is a setup, right? Feels like a setup? Or did they not know yet?
About-
Because I remember they didn't figure out what Sirius Black was really about until Lupin figures it out later,
yeah.
right? So no one knew. Everyone thinks that Sirius Black is actually trying to kill Harry Potter, which why?
Yeah,
Why?
no one actually knew that. Like the thought being was that he just because he
Was doing some Voldemort shit.
well, yeah, that, and they just sort of judge everybody based on their looks. If y'all haven't noticed this already, and he looks sort of grimy, so everybody just assumed like, no, he was cool with all of us, but yeah, he looks like he could have killed them, so he did.
But the person that he killed was Pettigrew.
well, no, that's Pettigrew set it up to look like he killed it.
I
but-
know, but I'm saying that was who they thought he killed. So why would they assume he's killing Harry Potter? I don't get it. Even Harry Potter was saying that. Like, he was like, don't go looking. Weasley was like, don't go looking for him. And Harry was like, bro, why would I look for somebody that's trying to kill me?
Well,
Like, are
because-
you fucking high?
And the minister
I know.
shouts it out too, though, because he's like Harry's like, why would I care about Sirius Black? And he's like, oh yeah, don't worry about it, you wouldn't. But they all know that it's his godfather, and Harry's dumb enough to actually look for him. So, maybe.
But I don't get. Okay, maybe I just don't get it.
Well, yeah, I think it's just because they think he sold out the parents. Because that's what Pettigrew does, is sell out the parents. So Pettigrew covered his own ass.
Yes, that's right. You're right. No,
Yeah.
that he tells Voldemort.
Yeah, so it was a
But why would
setup.
he still want to kill Harry? That doesn't answer
Just
my
the
point.
vendetta. Because you assume that if you're cool with Voldemort, you're trying to kill Harry. Because that's sort of what Voldemort... Everybody who's been cool with Voldemort's trying to do so far.
Have they? Oh yeah.
At this point in the
Sorcerer's
story,
Stone.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Because I was saying the second one was actually Tom Riddle trying to kill him. So,
True.
but either way, yeah, I get what you're saying. So then they go on the train,
Of course.
and it seems like there's a drunk homeless man sleeping.
Yeah, and they're just like,
And-
do you think he's asleep?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk
How
about some...
stupid is Harry, bro? I honestly think he's a fucking idiot.
They're-
No
then-
wonder why his fucking aunt and uncle think he's retarded.
Yeah.
He's an idiot.
Because his plan to tell them all these secrets is like, you think this adult's asleep? We got to talk about the shady shit.
And wait, why is an adult sleeping here next to us?
Drunk with a bottle next to him. Because there was a bottle next to him.
Yeah. You don't know if it's alcohol. It seems like alcohol, though.
They don't explain that later. I think they do in the book, and I don't even remember what they say about it then. It's just something, he's just a drinker, man.
Yeah.
He's, forget his worries.
And then the Dementors come through. Right?
And the Dementors come through and they steal some souls.
But I didn't get it. So all of them saw it, right? Harry was the only one that was tripping? Or Harry was the only one that saw it?
No, all of them can see the Dementors. Muggles can't see the Dementors, but all wizards can.
Okay.
So they all know it's there. But
So
in their mind, it's just there to protect them. Yeah.
Harry was the one that they're trying to kill.
Yeah, he freaked out by it.
No, they were trying to kill. He was sucking him off. Remember?
Well, yeah, and I
the
think...
Dementors just suck people off. That's how they die. That's how they kill you. How cool of a death is that?
You get sucked off to death. That's like when you read those things like, he died having sex. And you're like, all right, can I sign up for that death?
I know, right? I want to die while I nut.
It's just like right when I nut, blow my brains out. Like, that's the last thing I want to feel.
Actually, I might suck.
What? You can't feel your brains getting blown out.
That's true.
Or maybe you can, but it'd be like microscopic.
Yeah, and then Lupin saves them. He's like, "Oh, Patronus, my butthole."
But he's sort of
Petroleum
slagging over. He's
Yeah.
like, fucking,
He's like,
he gets up.
my hangover.
He jumps up like real quick, rubs his eyes, gets the crust out, and is like, "Expecto Patronum," and then he falls back asleep.
Yeah.
He does that classic.
But we know why
blackout.
he's asleep. But it's still funny because at first you think it's just this drunk dude.
Yeah, because he's
Another
covering his
wizard
head,
drunk.
and
Yeah.
he's fucking like in the corner of a train. But what's funny is like he literally stands up, does the classic like blackout thing, where like you think he's been blacked out this whole time, but he actually just randomly gets up and says something profound, and then goes back to sleep.
Right? And apparently, he's the new dark arts teacher, which is every fucking self-defense.
And just
which is every fucking thing. And of course, like I said, they have the Hogwarts feast, and Dumbledore announces the staff to the kids as if that needs to happen.
Well,
right?
someone's retiring, so Hagrid.
Then he hates on that person. He's like,
Care of magical creatures teacher for many years has decided to retire in order to spend more time with his remaining limbs.
Yeah, I think it's just a joke. But and then Hagrid, they do need that to set up Hagrid and Lupin as being teachers. But again, once again, the beginning of the year, all the children are told, "Hey, shit's popping off, so we got Dementors here now. Don't fuck with them because they will kill you."
yeah. So not only are you not safe because a guy is trying to come here and kill you and he escaped prison, but we have to put these things to protect you against him, that if you do the wrong move, you could kill them or they could kill you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, don't piss them off because they will definitely kill you just if you get in their way.
Yeah.
But we're not going to tell you how to stop or avoid them. So, just remember all that. Like, what?
Yeah, and then
I'm out, bro.
You're telling
I'm
this
out.
to 11, 12-year-olds who are like not even paying attention, probably.
Yeah, and they don't do the sorting hat shit anymore, apparently. That's
Bro,
over with.
And can they do they just feed these kids sweets all day?
Seems like they eat terribly.
It does, and I think they do.
That's what's kind of wet about Hogwarts. You can just feast for
And
days.
you can feast and go fuck people places. Like, dude, they brew drugs in a bathroom because no one goes into it. Literally, it's just known that no one...
there's so many rooms probably that just are like non-searchable.
How many...
And they only have one groundskeeper, and he's like,
But he
I'll
apparently
murder you.
he apparently is everywhere.
Well, yeah,
I just like the one scene
because
where...
he has to rape his cat, and he fucking sees everything.
Well, yeah, his cat...
He's like, I'll rape your cat. And, yeah, so again, another fucking life-threatening situation. And essentially, Dementors are police.
Yeah,
And they're the iRobot police.
Yeah.
For the Harry Potter
Exactly.
world. Because, of course, they don't have technology. They have to make magical death creatures.
Yeah, they're just automated creatures of death.
And yeah, and Dumbledore says that bullshit, like, give them no reason to harm you. Like, okay, dude, you're a prick. Just shut down the goddamn school. Like, Jesus. And, but he needs to keep the school alive for his own fucking self-motives, and that is to keep Harry Potter around to end the final shit.
Yeah.
So, it's just weird, all right? And,
So then you see them, they get stuck at the picture because she's trying to sing to break a glass.
yeah, the pictures are, like, losing their shit.
They are losing their shit in
And the
this
boys
one.
have their pillow fight.
They have a pillow fight after they eat animal crackers or something.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
That was
That was terrible dubbing.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
And either way, it was. I was like, you're like, yeah.
They have a lot more of
So
these.
apparently,
passing
Harry
scenes.
and Weasley do get along with other boys. It's not just them as friends.
Yeah, they do have other friends. They just don't talk about them because
Neville.
They're not important.
No. Yeah, and then they go into the fortune teller scene. This is how choppy the movie is, bro. It's just little quick scenes every time.
Yeah, and this is when
And
Hermione, you can start seeing that she's losing her shit.
No.
Yeah, it's in the fortune telling scene.
No, that's not the one where she got mad.
No, it isn't where
Oh.
she get mad, but she just says some sarcastic shit about it.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, it's the first time you ever see her snap at anything.
And apparently you have to read each other's
Cups. With
yeah,
tea leaves at
to
the
know
bottom.
your future.
Which
or
is like,
whatever.
bro, don't y'all have bags? You just throw the tea right in the water and drink it like that?
Ugh.
What the fuck?
And she freaks out because Harry Potter gets the death one. It's like, you're teaching this shit. And you know that is a possible thing. and you're gonna do an example like this,
And then
freak out about it, not like in front of everyone.
And then in like the shittiest expositional way ever, she says it's the Grimm, and they have to have a kid read what the Grimm is from a textbook.
And of course, it's a chubby black kid.
He's just reading it from a textbook.
That kid was kind of real.
For the one scene,
He was just saying, no, he said some other shit about Sirius Black. He's like, yo, it's like trying to catch some blunt smoke. I wish I can catch some blunt smoke.
He's like, when can we read the trim leaves? I want to know what my crop's future is.
Yeah, so that kid was funny, and
and they're sort of like, they start unraveling this theme, which you'll see later, but Hermione is taking...
Grimm is death.
Grimm is death.
Yeah.
And
so Harry's going to die again. Oh, no. Third year in a row. Harry's going to die.
Again, well, it'll end up being 8 years in a row that he's going to die. But no, so...
If you really think about these Harry Potter movies, that shit is... It's almost hilarious.
That's what I'm saying.
That it's like... Something has to go down. The school is unsafe for everybody. Everyone hates Harry. Then Harry does some redeeming factor. Everyone loves him again. But he still is going to die. Every movie.
It is hilarious in how predictable it is. Yes. But because think about it. What's the next scene? What do we have to introduce next? Because what did we just introduce? We had to introduce fucking this fortune teller lady because she... lightweight becomes important later. And it's like you could almost guess what class they're going to go to next.
Yeah.
It's either going to be Lupin or Hagrid.
Yeah, and it's Hagrid.
Which is funny.
And of course Hagrid, the first time he teaches, the first day, he puts them in a dangerous situation.
Yeah, and at this school, like with who Malfoy is, that's like hurting the senator's kid.
He deserved to get canned.
Yeah.
What were they saying? Is it trashed? What'd they say?
It's something like that. I don't know the exact
We gotta
verbiage.
find that, but
yeah.
it was canned. I think they were talking about canned. And like I said, yeah. Then he just tells him, you got to stroke it off. You got to stroke it off.
Oh, you
bro.
have to bow
known
first.
That.
It's this animal.
No, I mean the book.
Oh, the book. That's right. Well, I thought you meant the hippogriff.
And then they show the hippogriff, which is real. That thing is real.
You have to stroke that off too. But no, it's true, and you have to bow. What kind of animal cares?
Here's my bigger problem. Let me talk. Let me speak my issue with this. This is my problem with Harry Potter. Right? He tells him what to do, which is essentially just bow and take your time.
Yeah.
And Harry Potter bows and takes his time because everyone else backed off. And then everyone roots for him like he did something incredible when he literally just bowed and walked.
Well, that's two common themes in fucking this
He just gets
series.
jerked off.
He gets jerked off and everybody abandons him. Like when it's time for the hippogriff, everybody's like, "Oh fuck, let's not tell Harry."
But he doesn't have to do much to like get their love back. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, they're fickle. The wizards are fickle.
Yeah. Just like the Daily Prophet, they're all fickle fucks. Every single one of them.
You probably have. I mean, having that much magic probably makes you sort of emotional. Because you can just do whatever, and when shit doesn't go your way, you lose your shit. Because you're like, why isn't this working for me?
Right?
They're fucking just stubborn assholes.
And he rides the hippogriff, and that shit was cool.
Bro, like in class, like Hagrid's like, no, this is good. Just let him fly around.
No, he made him do it. Harry Potter didn't want to do it. He
Yeah.
picked him up and put him on the fucking thing, and then smacked its ass.
And then within 2 seconds, Harry's comfortable flying a giant winged beast.
Yeah.
Like, which I guess was the same for the broom. So he's just comfortable straddling something and floating in the air.
Right?
So, I don't know. Harry's got some weird fetishes going on there.
And then the hippogriff comes back. Of course, Malfoy has to show up and doesn't do anything that Hagrid says, even though he said you could, like, die if you don't do that.
Right?
The hippogriff is... or not hippogriff. The hippogriff did that, and then Malfoy goes up to it, and it just drop kicks him, and it, like, breaks his arm. And he's like, oh, it killed me. It killed me.
Right? He's like losing his shit, and he's like, my daddy will hear about this. I'll have you.
Chicken.
Yeah, he's like, I'll have you. I'll have you.
And the way he moans is just hilarious. He was like, oh.
And he just...
Oh.
Bro, Malfoy's such a pussy.
Yeah,
it
bro.
makes me surprised he
The
even...
first three, he's like, oh my God. He is a fucking wet, old pussy, bro.
Think about it. The scene later on where Hermione points her wand at him, he starts crying immediately. The moment the wand gets raised, he's crying. Like...
Yeah, what a pussy, bro.
And then she doesn't...
And then they cut back to him, like, of course, at the table, decompressing scene. They're at the feast table.
Yeah.
And Malfoy's like, I could have lost my arm.
Yeah. He's like, look at he's like that dude that's showing off, like, the little scratch. He's like, yeah, I got this one in Nom.
Which is a joke later on. But, yeah, that's when they shed that that Sirius Black is like close or whatever. He's on the move. And then that's when the black kid's like, it's like trying to catch that blunt smoke, man. I've been trying to do it for years, bro.
He's like, I've been trying to catch some blunt smoke, only catching fades. I don't get what's going on here. It's like Hogwarts, man.
And then they go into class.
And he explains the weirdest beast ever.
The Lupin's first
that's right.
session.
Lupin's first
and he asks a question. Of course, young Kobe knows the answer.
Yeah.
And he's like, Andrew Bogut, whatever the fuck.
He's like, well, Andrew Bogut can adapt to any position you need him to. Which is sort of like this monster. It just becomes whatever you fear the most. And its weakness is laughter.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. What do they learn in class?
That.
A way to wave a wand, a thought with a provoking emotion, and to say a word. That's all you have to do in classes. Besides the potion shit, which is basically following a recipe.
Yeah, and it's not even like chemistry because you're not looking at that like it in all in chemistry.
Yeah, it's not like you're not breaking down the magical chemicals. Maybe they are, but they don't show it.
Who knows? I mean, what did they?
Even when they show the fucking pot growing scene, in the second one, I believe, it's just pulling it out and putting it in another pot.
Yeah, that's it. Just plant the seed.
And deal with the screaming.
Which the screaming can kill you.
Like, how simple are these lessons? Of course Dumbledore hires unqualified teachers. He's like, dude, you guys don't do anything. I'm not fucking paying you guys more.
Well, 90% of their schooling is to defend yourself from all the dangerous shit that comes with being a wizard.
But they don't want to admit what danger's out there.
No. I mean, half the time, well, apparently plants can kill you, trees can kill you, fucking other mythical beasts can kill you, your friends can kill you, your employees can kill you.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And so everyone goes in line. They attack the Andrew Bogut.
I just like how Neville's is Snape.
Yeah.
And he makes him dress up like his grandma.
Yeah. And why would that be your first thought? He's a weirdo.
He is, yeah.
And anyway, so yeah, like I said, then of course Harry has to ruin everyone's time by like getting a little too goddamn serious, and he imagines a Dementor.
Which Lupin even says, he's like, bro, I thought Voldemort would pop out. And Harry's like, I'm not afraid of him. I've defeated him twice already. Like,
and Lupin's like, Jesus, dude. No wonder why your life sucks.
Right?
And
but before that, it becomes a moon. Shout out to, like, that's Lupin's biggest fear. Uh-oh. What are they saying?
Uh-oh. Yeah, good point. And of course, this is the most fucked up part of the movie to me. How many times do they, like, make Harry suffer because he doesn't have parents?
Yeah, they just keep bringing it up.
He can't get a signature because of course he, as McGullah Island would know, he fucking does. His parents, his aunt, uncle are not going to sign his permission slips.
Yeah, well, and
like she knows that.
He
even asks, he's like, yo, can you like sign it? Like, come on, you guys are really my guardian. She's like, no exceptions, bro. You gotta stay here alone.
So he has to be depressed.
And his friends leave him.
Yeah, he even tells him, he's like, yeah, fuck off. I'll just stay here.
I'll have this fucking exposition.
Yeah, let me go talk to this
with
dude,
Lupin.
and I can learn
I don't
about
even want to explain that conversation.
Yeah, he learns about his
Dude,
mom.
I swear to God, if I hear, like, even Harry Potter says it with Sirius Black, he's like, yeah, I know, I got my fucking my mom's eyes, okay? I fucking heard it like 40 times. I don't need to keep hearing about my dead parents. They're dead? I know I look like them? Thanks, guys. Stop touching my fucking face. You're a grown man.
Right? And so they just talk about his mom and like that kind of shit. And then
the fat lady's gone, right? As if anyone gives a fuck.
Yeah. Well, her portraits get slashed. Like, okay.
Yeah, right? And she's hiding behind a hippo, sucking off a hippo or whatever the fuck that
well,
is.
she is a hippo. They call her, like, okay, and we can say that because, you know, fuck body shaming. They call her the fat lady.
Yeah.
That's her name.
Because, like I said, the wizards are, like, traditional, bro.
Yeah,
they still are, like, stuck in the 1800s. Because men can do whatever the fuck they want.
That's right.
Girls are whores, and they allow their men to be asses.
And they all have to wear robes.
And if you're fat, you get made fun of. If you're ugly, you get made fun of.
Except for
That's how the wizard world is.
Except for no one says shit about that dude from Slytherin's teeth.
Oh, God.
Like, bro, I wouldn't even hang out with him.
He looks... Talk about another Toy Story reference. He looks like Sid.
Yeah.
If Sid was in real life, that's what that dude looks like. Yeah, so then they show that Dementors are easily beat. Right? Harry Potter just has to say petroleum jelly and they're gone. I don't even want to explain that scene. Pretty much Lupin tells him to say petroleum jelly and think of one time your parents were talking.
Yeah.
That's what Harry says. Like, yeah, I remember them talking, but I didn't know what they said, so that's what I know.
I think you skipped a little far ahead.
Did I?
Yeah, because the next one is
that wasn't
Snape's
the next scene?
class.
No. This is all before that.
No, because he talks about it, then the fat lady's portrait gets slashed, and then Snape and Dumbledore are like, oh shit, something's up.
Yeah, but then he has that conversation. Like Dumbledore's like, let him dream. Is he dreaming of me naked? Snape kind of looks at him like, dude, shut up. Like, we know you're gay, and like everything you're saying is weird.
Yeah, Snape does look at him. He's like, dude, stop talking about dreams.
And then we go into the greatest Snape scene of all time.
Turn to page 394.
Excuse me, sir. Where's Professor Lupin?
That's not really your concern, is it, Potter? Suffice it to say that your professor finds himself incapable of teaching at the present time. Turn to page 394.
Werewolves?
But, sir, we've just begun learning about red caps and hinky punks. We're not meant to start Nocturnal Beasts for weeks.
Quiet.
When did she come in? Did you see her come in?
Now, which one of you can tell me the difference between an animagus and a werewolf? No one. How disappointing.
Please, sir. An animagus is a wizard who elects to turn into an animal. A werewolf has no choice. With each full moon, when he transforms, he no longer remembers who he is. He'd kill his best friend if he crossed his path. Furthermore, the werewolf only responds to the call of its own kind.
Oh!
Thank you, Mr. Malfoy. That is the second time you have spoken out of turn, Miss Granger. Are you incapable of restraining yourself, or do you take pride in being an insufferable know-it-all?
He's got a point, you know.
5 points from Gryffindor. As an antidote to your ignorance, and on my desk by Monday morning, 2 rolls of parchment on the werewolf with particular emphasis on recognizing it.
Sir, it's Quidditch tomorrow.
Then I suggest you take extra care, Mr. Potter. Loss of limb will not excuse you. Page 394.
Dude, why couldn't they have had more Snape classes?
This shit was hilarious.
He makes fun of them. He actually teaches.
And he's like, turn to page 394.
And Ron doesn't.
And the way he walks in is he's just a dick. It's hilarious.
He always bursts into a room.
And
like doors are not for Snape.
The whole shit is hilarious. Like Hermione shows up, right? He asks a question to the class. She raises her hand and he ignores her. Right? And he's like, no one. And then he starts answering it and she's like, excuse me, like I raised my fucking hand, and then gives like a thorough, complete good answer. And instead of at least acknowledging that she gave a good answer, this motherfucker said, Hermione, and I think she only did it once, you have spoken out of turn twice. 5 points minus Gryffindor.
Yeah, he just takes
And Malfoy
points.
like made fun of her, made a noise, and all he says to Malfoy is like, "Thank you, Malfoy."
Although, but he has gone after Malfoy before.
He smacks him. He doesn't
Yeah.
take away points because that's shitty point system.
Yeah.
So you could tell why Gryffindor is always like close with Slytherin, because Snape was just fucking taking away points nonstop.
He's taken and given.
So maybe, like as we were saying, Hermione maybe was getting them hella points, but maybe Snape was always taking it from her.
Well, Hermione's a fucking know-it-all. And that is when they...
I think that's what pisses him off.
Yeah, and that's when she explains the actual difference between an animagus and a werewolf. And not that they get to wear clothes.
Yeah.
But an animagus just chooses to be an animal. A werewolf has no choice. It's just fucking it happens when it happens.
Yeah.
And then he gives them the hardest homework ever. He's like...
And like we said, privileged Harry.
Yeah, he doesn't
thinks he's a star athlete. It's like, come on, dude. I got Quidditch.
Well, I'd be sort of heated, too, if you gave me, like, a 12-scroll fucking essay, and considering you have to write it all by hand with a quill and ink.
So
that's...
It's still homework.
Yeah,
you can't just say... Dude, I'm saying, if you're just saying it's unfair, it's unfair. But to say because you have a Quidditch match...
Well, what's more unfair about it is that that's not his class, and the dude's only sick for, like, one day. and he assigns them a project.
But you could tell that Snape's the only actual teacher. He actually uses the projector. He uses the textbook.
Yeah, he wants them to learn.
And then they go into the Quidditch match, which was cool as fuck. I actually like that shit.
Yeah, this Quidditch match was cool.
It shows how raw Harry Potter is at flying.
Yeah.
Because not only did he still have on track for the snitch, and they were in dark clouds, but the Dementors were chasing him, and he still almost got it.
And then some chick gets hit by lightning.
Yeah.
Like, she literally gets... Like, how dangerous is Hogwarts, bro? Like, they're just going to let him play in the rain, which would be fine for any other sport, but with this one, you're actually in the fucking storm clouds. Yeah.
And Dementors knock him down. Of course, Dumbledore has to save him, or else Harry Potter would have died.
Yeah, he blacks out. Yeah, he lands on the ground and blacks out. And
no, Dumbledore saved him.
Well, no, he saves him by, like, fucking from falling. Yeah. Which Dumbledore, like, apparently has the mightiest voice in Hogwarts.
Right?
He just shouted that shit. But, yeah, again, they seem to only use that spell when it's an unrealistic fall in the movie. Like, Uncle Vernon falls all the time, fucking from some heights. Harry Potter's falling from some heights. Fucking Malfoy's fucking done the splits. But when it's a fall that would make you think they're gonna die, that's when they have to use the spell. They're like, oh, we can't fucking freak them out too much, or we can't make it look unrealistic.
Right?
So let's make a spell.
So Harry Potter starts tripping the fuck out, and he goes in his cloak to go look for some shit, because he just thinks it's his job to, like, go research everything illegally.
Oh, well, he also finds out that asshole tree ruins his broom, too. Beats the shit out of it. Yeah.
And trees are assholes to Harry Potter.
Right?
So he goes in his cloak, and of course the twins, who are... I don't know if they're raw or not. I can't tell if they're, like, that dope of wizards. Because they know some shit that other people don't know, and they have some things that people don't have.
Yeah, they notice. They intuitively notice that Harry Potter's walking because
they grab his bitch ass and they're like, "You want to hang out with adults? Look what I stole years ago. That's probably one of the most important things in Hogwarts, and no one talks about it. But we've stole it and Ben had it. So here you go, Harry. You want it? We know you need it." And Harry Potter, doing what he normally does, just starts obsessing over that shit at night. Like he does with everything. With the Tom Riddle book. With the Half-Blood Prince book. With this map. He just obsesses over shit at night.
Yeah, he just
don't give that motherfucker an iPad or he's going to be online until 6 in the morning every day.
He just stares at it at night. And so he sneaks out to go do some invisible fucking Home Alone shit.
And he steals Neville's candy because he's a dickhead.
Yeah, and he scares Draco with snowballs. That's what scares Draco?
Yeah, because he's a pussy.
Draco is a pussy.
And like his two friends who are big and fat could fuck up anybody physically are also pussy.
Yeah, Crabbe and Goyle suck until the end when one of them kills himself essentially. Yeah, and then Hermione and Ron are like sitting there, and Hermione's like, "Yo, you want to go check out that shack and like maybe play with me a little?" And Ron's like, "I don't know, my voice is still cracking." And Harry Potter just saves him from fucking bullies.
Yeah,
the pussiest.
And
bullies.
how does he do that? How is he pulling Malfoy and doing all that with a cloak on?
I don't know.
That's a lot of physical exertion and body movement to be having a cloak on.
Yeah, but at the same time, maybe it's because it's a cloak. It's not like a robe.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. What I didn't get to is it's literally in the next scene as well. So he goes and he finds out there's like this secret meeting being held.
Right.
Well, that's the Three Broomsticks.
No, it's just...
Because that's
I don't know what the hell. I don't know that stuff.
So about that, like when he walks through the door, like she closes the door and then he walks through it and she just shuts it, like it's gonna be, like that's not.
I think they know he's there.
You think it seems like everybody's always keying into that, but yeah. So in this scene is when all the adults are talking and Harry Potter's hiding in the background. And you find out Sirius Black is his godfather. They still call him a murderer. And they do shout out that this is where they shout out that he blew up Peter Pettigrew. And all they could find of him, like
was a fucking pinky.
Yeah, he's like, all we could find.
And that he sold out his parents to the Dark Lord.
Yeah. And so...
And Mr. Magic being a drunk, dumb fuck he is, he can't notice that Harry's there.
Yeah, and then they just, more exposition or whatever. And then fucking, once again, a scene change with the willow tree. Because they're like, well, this was important in the last movie. Let's just keep fucking showing it. Killing birds. Because that's what it seems to do. The willow tree, the whomping willow tree, like every scene change, they show it killing a bird.
Well,
and you're
after
like,
all that, Harry Potter has his worst acting scene.
Which one?
Where he's crying on the stone.
That's right.
He killed my parents!
He's just like...
He's my godfather, oh my god!
I think he's really crying because he's like, why does this shit keep happening to me? Like,
Yeah.
why is everybody trying to kill me?
Well, it's still shitty acting.
Yeah, oh, it's terrible. But yeah.
But considering the fact that he's not really an actor to begin with, you can live with it.
Yeah,
But that's the choice you make when you go for looks instead of acting.
Well, yeah, and it's hard when you pull kids as actors because you don't know what they're going to develop into. Which he actually gets solid later on, but just when he's young, he is bad.
Terrible.
Like, then this is where we finally caught up.
Yeah.
To the
Then he learns petroleum jelly, and
yeah, and so if you split,
and all he needs is a good memory,
and
to say petroleum jelly.
So it sounds like he's jacking off.
And the guy Lupin makes it sound like it's the toughest spell ever. Like he's like, oh, if you did it your first time, it'd have been remarkable. Well, like, bro, you just literally said have a good thought, a deep good thought, and you kept it hella general so that you can make it seem like Harry had to do something. But really, you just had to think of a good thought and say a word, and point the wand the right way.
It's literally jacking off. Like you just have petroleum jelly, a good thought, and you're pointing your wand the right way.
Weird. And then Weasley, of course, lost his mouse, which they had to keep hinting at throughout the whole movie.
And they tell
Weasley's mom with her giant titties is like, yeah.
Bro, that's what I was about to say in the last podcast. Like, that's all I could think about was her. Like,
she has those
Weasley's
milk-filled titties. That's why. She's got hella kids.
Yeah.
But
and he blames it on Hermione, and they like get into a fucking tiff because she's losing it too.
Yeah.
And
that's when the hippogriff gets sentenced to death, and Hagrid's in his Fred Flintstone suit.
Oh, but first, my favorite scene is when Ron wakes up and he's like, the spiders, they want me to tap dance. He's like, then don't. And he's like, yeah, I won't.
How much of a dick is Harry? He doesn't console that fool at all.
He's just like, bro.
If Harry had a dream like that, Weasley would be like, bro, you all right? Like, did Voldemort rape you yet?
Yeah, he's like, what did you see?
And, yeah. And, of course, Harry's obsessing over the map, and he sees Pettigrew, and he looks for it, because he thinks it's in his good judgment to do that.
And nothing to be found.
But Snape does find him with the map, and Snape's like,
Yeah, and then the map makes fun of Snape.
Right?
And Snape's
and
like...
Lupin laughs about it.
Yeah, and Snape's
so does Snape really get hated on by all those dudes? Like, is he still, like, a bitch to them?
Yeah, I think so. And, like, they don't even mention that they actually know each other. That Snape and Lupin know each other throughout the whole movie. So, he literally is making fun of them.
You make a good point by that. That's odd. That's really odd, actually. They don't even seem like they know each other. Or are they trying to do that on purpose for Harry's sake?
Why would they do that for Harry's sake?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think Snape just doesn't like anyone.
That's true.
That's why he was a Death Eater.
Because he jerks off to fucking Harry's mom. That's all he thinks about is Harry's mom.
But that's why he was a Death Eater. It's because he had no friends. He needed to make some friends. They're like, well, here's a cool...
Because he's like, oh yeah, they're as goth as me.
Yeah, they're like, here's a cool new social club that you can be part of.
Yeah, and then they cut... So they take the map, and the teacher calls out... They go back to of course, another choppy cutscene. They go to the fortune teller teacher. And she basically calls out Hermione as she reads her palm. Like, for being a bookworm and having no actual magical talent.
Yeah, she said, your heart is shriveled.
And Hermione, which should have got suspended for this, like, shrugs her off and dips.
Knocks over the crystal ball and then just
She's like,
dips.
I don't give a fuck.
Which, of course, gives Harry a reason to walk back by himself. Because everything important that happens to Harry, he sees by himself.
Right?
So no one
serious in a crystal ball. And
yeah.
The fortune teller lady who was wrong freaks out about, like, him about to die again.
Yeah, what does she say again?
I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. She was wrong. Well, no, she wasn't wrong. It's like this way with Harry Potter. She wasn't wrong. It was just misinterpreted as being meant for Harry. Because what she really says is like...
Professor Trelawney.
He will return tonight.
Sorry?
Tonight, he who betrayed his friends, whose heart rots with murder, shall break free. innocent blood shall be spilt, and servant and master shall be reunited once more.
But Harry thinks that has something to do with him, which it doesn't.
That's true. And yeah, that's true. And then another cutscene. Jesus, as Hermione and Weasley and Harry are walking out, Malfoy is like jerking off to the Hippogriff dying. They're all doing a circle jerk.
And she socks him.
Well, first off, she makes him kegel up. He's a fucking pussy.
Yeah, she wands his throat and fucking he starts
and
crying.
And she just socks the fuck out of him.
Yeah, she's
a
like...
nice little left, you know?
Turn around. Like, bro, that was sort of brutal because it pushes him, like, back into the rocket. It looks like it makes his head...
Why do they have to make him such a pussy?
Because he's supposed to be, like, a bully that isn't a bully. He's just mean, but he's weak. So in reality, it makes it seem like Harry Potter and his friends are the bigger people for not fucking with him like they could.
Okay, I give you that.
Yeah.
And also, of course, they roll through to Hagrid's, which Hagrid didn't ask them to show up.
No.
He's like, all right, I guess I'll make you fucking kids some tea.
And then he's sitting
fucking
there.
assholes. Like, can you stop bothering me?
Right? And then he's sitting there and he's like, wait, yo, they're coming to execute this thing right now. You can't be here. It's dark outside.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you kids doing
Finish
here?
your tea and get the fuck out of here and stop bothering me.
Yeah, he's like, low, bro.
Hope that tea gives you diarrhea, too, you fucking shitty kids.
You know, he's like, hit the side dough, you side hoe, and let's get the fuck up on out of here.
And, yeah, so they cause commotion, and they dip.
And rambunctious.
And Weasley gets his rat back, because Hagrid could just find every animal.
And then they
Being a giant. How does he get a rat? How does he capture a rat as a giant?
And they execute the shit for crimes against humanity. Yeah, how did he catch a rat? Like, fucking Jesus Christ, his finger's like as big as the goddamn rat is. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and they run away and they've run into a fucking magic tree again. Or no, he's running after his rat.
And he gets attacked by a dog and pulled into the tree. Ron gets attacked by a dog.
Of course, and here's the scene I want to speak about. The tree fucks Harry up. This is how raw Hermione is. She tells Harry to duck. He looks at her like, huh? And he gets like straight cracked.
Yeah, Hermione kills it.
And then Hermione jumps over the shit. And then as the top one comes, she grabs it and rides it. And then Harry, of course, gets knocked out twice like a little bitch.
And then she grabs
And
Harry.
she grabs him and throws him in the hole.
And then comes
bars.
Back, like immediately
Hermione
after.
has bars.
Yeah, and then she apologizes to him for saving him.
He responds by saying, "Don't worry about it."
He's like,
I'm like, bitch, fuck you. I just saved your punk ass. You should be saving me.
Right?
You're the chosen one, you dumb fuck. And she knows he's a dumbass. That's why she's like, when he tries to use the fucking time, when he touches the time necklace, she slaps his hand. She's like, dude, stop fucking shit up.
That's right.
Okay? I got a plan
right.
here. Shut up. Like, Hermione's the shit, dude. And, yeah, so she throws him in and they apologize. And then they walk into the house and Sirius is there doing meth. And they're like, oh, what the fuck is going on?
Well, first, no, he finds Ron and he's like, Ron, what the fuck happened? Ron's like, he's gonna fucking kill us all. And
Yeah.
Sirius is hiding behind a door.
When really he just wants to kill his rat. And
Yeah.
of course they have to keep the conversation general so that it doesn't get found out right away.
Well, then
that's what sort of pisses me off.
And then Lupin pops up because Harry's actually like thumping on Sirius because he thinks he killed his
yeah, he like
parents.
starts choking him out.
Yeah, and Lupin comes and like disarms him.
And why doesn't Sirius say anything? Why is he just like, "Oh, you're gonna kill me now, Harry? Yeah, I think I am.
I would. If I were him, I would, yeah. But then Lupin comes in, he disarms him, and Harry's like, oh, we got this, bro.
Yeah.
And fucking Lupin's like, nah, actually, I'm on his side. Like, we just gave each other a hug. Didn't you see that?
Yeah.
We're gonna help each other.
Yeah.
But they still
they still keep it general.
And Hermione's like, we trusted you, Lupin.
You fucking werewolf, I knew it.
Yeah,
I've been keeping it in myself the whole time.
She's like, he's a werewolf, and you know how I know? It's because I fucking know everything, which Ron seems to keep repeating.
Because I can read, and these two can't.
Yeah.
And then Snape shows up, obviously.
And Snape comes in, that's when Harry yops him. Because Snape
Harry makes the right
them.
decision. He's sort of like, he feels it out. This was the one good trait Harry has. He's a lucky fuck, and he has good intuition.
He's a listener.
Because he's dumb.
Yeah.
He has to listen. Or because he doesn't know anything.
Well, you can see that vacant-ass expression in his eyes when people are talking. That fool is dumb. Like, he's just sitting there like, wait, what?
And like I said, so he believed a werewolf which his friend just said, and a meth head murderer within 20 minutes.
He was right though, because they turned.
But I said that's you're gonna trust. Harry's a sketch dude. Harry's sketch.
Harry's super sketch, and he's just like lets it play out, and it turns out, fucking.
It's Weasley's rat.
Yeah, which was a cool transformation scene because they show it run away.
Well,
and
the dude literally looks like a rat.
Yeah, he totally looks like. They made him look fucking great.
He looks like the bad guy from Smurfs.
And I like how they're trying to explain it, and he's like...
The bad Padre.
Yeah. Gilgamesh, or whatever his fucking name is. But no, they explain it. I like how they're like, dude, you've had a rat for almost 15 years. Like, how long do you think rats live?
He doesn't even have a foot, you dumb fuck.
They're right. They're like, how long do you think rats live? Do you think people have family rats, bro? Like, are you stupid?
But it is magic.
Yeah, but there's a rat. Rats live like 2 years at most.
And then it was revealed that Pettigrew betrayed his parents and that Sirius Black was trying to kill him. They wanted to kill.
Yeah.
And that's why Harry stopped them, because he didn't want them to kill him.
No, he didn't, because Harry's not a bad guy.
No.
He's like...
He's a dumbass.
Yeah.
He's privileged.
He just wants
He's entitled.
justice.
But he's definitely not evil or mean.
But he does want justice, and he's like, that's why we'll have... I'm not going to kill you, but we'll let the Dementors handle that shit.
He's Captain America, except for shittily acted.
Yeah, a little more shittily acted than Captain America. So as they're walking away, fucking... That's when they're like, everything's cool, and he's talking to Harry, and he's like, you can come live with me, buddy. Even though
Serious?
I don't live... Yeah, even though I don't have a house. And Lupin's just corralling fucking Peter Pettigrew, who keeps trying to fucking escape, and they're like, keep yapping him. And fucking... Then, the moon. The moon. Oh, and I like during the transformation, Snape pops out of the hole
and does nothing.
Well, okay, I don't think he has his wand. I think it got blown out of his hand.
I don't know, man.
Because Harry does the Expelliarmus, and that disarms them, and they say it's supposed to bring the wand back to you. Like, you're supposed to actually take the wand from them. I don't know if that's how it is in the movies, but I think that Snape doesn't have a wand. But, granted, Snape shows that he's down. Because the moment they see the werewolf, because he's first, like, scolding them, like, I'm going to fucking kill you.
No, he grabs Harry.
Yeah, and he turns around and he grabs all three of them behind him. And that's, like, it shows you where Snape's loyalties really are. He's a dick, but he's going to protect them if he can.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's not super bad guy, but yeah, that scene
still sucked. Lupin turning into the werewolf sucked.
Turning into the werewolf
Sirius being like, my brother, it's in your mentality.
That's what I'm saying. Sirius had, like...
I don't like his meth head speech. I don't like it.
I don't like his. It's cool when he's just normally talking. It's cool, but then when he has to give all these fucking motivational poster fucking quotes, it's like whatever.
Right? Like he looks stupid, but so what? He like gets hurt. He gets beat up by a werewolf.
He stupidly changes into a dog to fight like a 7-foot werewolf. He changes into a dog
and like hangs in the fight a little bit.
A little bit. I mean, he's a big-ass fucking dog. Like, but yeah, so then he just meanders away. Like, you literally see him just get up,
he gets scraped.
Oh, he gets scraped. Yeah, but then you see him, like, transform back, and Harry's like, Sirius. And he walks
I've known you for an hour. I can't wait to live with you.
I've literally known you for, like, an hour, and for, like, half of that hour, I thought you were going to kill me.
Hey, but think about it. That's way more family attachment than he's ever had.
Well, I mean, he had 16 years of thinking a family was going to kill him.
So starve him to death.
But they were, like we said, they were they weren't happy with him.
Yeah.
But they weren't like really that abusive. I mean, they were pretty abusive, but they could have done much worse knowing his situation.
Yeah, of how frightened they are.
Yeah.
And how many years did he have them under fear? That's why they gave him a room and shit. They were sort of like, oh, fuck.
Because
he's going to come back and start doing some fuckery.
But then he gets in trouble, like, one time, and they're like, oh, shit, you actually can't do magic out of school, you dumb asshole. Like, so then they're not as afraid of him.
Yeah, that's true. They always try to get him on a technicality.
Yeah, that's Harry Potter. Just get people on technicalities, and there's a spell for everything. So then Harry, like, follows this hurt asshole down to a fucking lake. Which is
a pond.
A pond. What the fuck? What is Star Wars? Is Hogwarts campus fucking like how big is that shit?
I don't know.
Because it seems like it's.
I think the village was there too. That's where M. Night Shyamalan shot that shit.
Right next to the centaurs.
And they're like taking the semen from his dick through his mouth out
Yeah,
of
the
them.
Dementors like come
Fucked
in
up.
like hundreds of them, right?
Yeah.
Like, dude, are wizards the only people with souls
Just-
that are visible?
I don't know. Who cares? Right? They're just floating things. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, what
They're
does
just
it
floating
do?
things. Nothing.
It's
No-
not. It's way more scary.
It takes hella long to kill them, and apparently the only one that knows that someone's dying is Hermione, because she points it out later on. She's like, "He's dying. You guys are both dying." Harry's
That's
like, "Wait,
right.
I am? I can die?"
Yeah, because like the little fucking anal bead floats out of Sirius's mouth
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
to go into the anus mouth of the Dementor. But yeah, okay, so how do you even defeat a Dementor? Can you? They don't even.
No, you don't. You just deflect the motherfuckers.
It's sort of raw.
Yeah.
That would be
You
a
just gotta say petroleum jelly and it works.
petroleum jelly lubes their mouths up.
So they get Sirius back, right?
No, yeah, well they both black out
Yeah.
because this.
And Sirius is put in jail, and Harry's like, "Oh,"
Yeah, because a Patronus comes and Sirius like,
Yeah.
it's my pappy.
because he hasn't done anything.
No.
He didn't do anything
No.
in that whole scene that
Whoa,
like, had relevance.
He yopped Snape, and
Yeah.
that was sick.
Okay, I like. Well, yeah, but I'm talking about when like
Oh,
the
just
werewolves fight.
yeah, he just stands there looking like a bitch, and then he doesn't even do the spell on the. Does he have his wand either? I don't
know.
Couldn't he?
Because they go back in time.
Well, yeah, eventually.
So I don't know if that's like them replaying what happened in time,
I don't
or what
know.
happened within them going back in time. I don't know which fucking one it is. I don't really care.
No, I think it's both the same time frame, but from the perspective of the time traveler and then the person who's going through it. Because I don't think that Harry and Hermione actually changed anything. In this is going to sound convoluted, but in terms of the perspective of the initial Harry before they go back, everything plays out because they went back normally. So it wasn't like you had this one reality and then it became a different one. Like the rock being thrown, the Patronus, I'm sure, and even in before he went back in time, like the Hippogriff didn't die, like and all that. So all that happened, but now they're showing it from the perspective of him doing it, which is like some Doctor Who convoluted shit. I was half expecting him to go into like a porta potty and disappear, like knock off Doctor Who.
Yeah, and apparently Hermione's been cheating in school,
Is she
and Dumbledore
cheating?
lets her cheat.
Or trying twice as hard.
That's cheating.
When does she sleep? Does she go back in time to sleep?
Well, she probably cheats because she probably studies, then goes back in time and studies more, and goes back in time and studies more, so that she's ready to take the test.
Well, that's stupid. I'd just wait till I got the answers, then go back in time and take the test.
Yeah, right? That's all I would be using it for. That's all Harry would be using it for. That's why he looked at a necklace. He's like, wait, what? I could cheat more in school and be more of a jackass?
He's like, there's a better way for
it's
them
funny
not to
because like
catch.
Dumbledore, of course, gives her like the 10th magic necklace of Harry Potter.
Or just the jewelry.
Yeah.
The jewelry of Harry Potter. Fucking that is all magic apparently.
And she, Harry Potter sort of like looks at it, and he's like, you know, enchanted by it, and she smacks his hand, and she's like, look, dude, like, it's a magic necklace. You're too fucking dumb to handle it. Hands off. Because of course Harry Potter has to have this like, oh, what does that look
It's a
like?
necklace? You have a necklace in Wizardland that does something special?
And of course Dumbledore has to have some like queer, you know,
Yeah, what
like,
does he say?
statements just to further what's going to happen.
He's like, the cum of the innocent will be spared.
He's like,
If you succeed tonight, more than one innocent life may be spared.
I'm going to disappear now. My rotting hand, I got to tend to it.
Well, it started off on his dick, so that's really
His
his
dick's
concern.
been rotted off.
Well, yeah, McGonagall got to him. But yes.
Oh, that blue waffle.
Yeah. So then they spin the necklace around and go back in time. And Harry's like, I'm going to fucking kill Pettigrew. But it's like, bro, you're time traveling. You can't go do that.
Yeah.
Like,
And Dumbledore's specific instructions out of his fucking Dr. Seuss fuckery that he was saying. He specifically stated that everything you do will dramatically affect the future.
that you can't.
This fool wants to kill somebody.
Right? And didn't they have like some time cop rule where they're like, you can't see yourself? 'Cause
Yeah, you can't be seen.
Yeah, so it's like, why would you just go kill a guy? Like, I get you're sort of sabotaging the past already, but you're gonna go be seen killing a guy by yourself?
After you're explained in a previous movie that if you kill... Oh, wait, no, that wasn't a previous movie. Never mind. I'm an idiot. I mixed up the greens. Sorry. Everything's green or purple or blue in these fucking movies.
If you die in the Matrix, you die in real life.
And, yeah, so they redo time.
Yeah.
That's an original premise.
For Harry Potter, it is, I guess.
Yeah, super original. And
first thought's to go to Hagrid's.
Yeah.
And throw that weird snail rock.
Yeah.
Did they throw a rock that had a fossil on it?
I don't know.
That's what
Hermione's
it looked like.
the shit, though.
Dude, how did she hit that shit? She just literally
Bars.
pops up, picks up the rock, and is like, beep. Fucking, and then she almost gets themselves caught, too.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
And of course, she, like, tells them the whole plan. Like, yeah, this is what we got to do. And Harry's sort of like, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So they free Buckbeak.
Who?
Buckbeak, the griffin.
Oh, yeah, the hippogriff?
Hippogriff. The hipgriff. He's a jive-ass turkey. Yeah, so they save him and they, literally drag him into the forest, it seems like.
Yeah.
I get you're about to
And just
die.
leave him alone.
Yeah.
As if he can't get caught again, right?
Which, isn't there...
Just fucking roaming around like you can't notice a hippogriff or whatever the fuck that thing's called.
And to their knowledge, there's centaurs and werewolves in the forest.
Right?
So, and why does Hagrid live so close to the forest if they know it's that dangerous? That'd
Right?
be like having a boathouse on the Black Lake. You're like, yo, I know there's mermaids, but fuck it, I like the location.
Well, he rapes mermaids consistently.
Well, I mean...
That's all Hagrid's doing.
Hagrid probably could punch the hippogriff in the face, and the fight would be over.
That would be a dope fight to watch. Hagrid versus the hippogriff.
Yeah.
That'd be a great fight.
And, of course, he's like 12 fucking feet tall, right?
Yeah.
So once he's done punching it, he'll take out, like, his 14-inch dick and rape it.
We'll just stroke the spine, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't even care if it's a guy or a girl.
And here's what's funny is, like, of course Harry has to be reminded he doesn't have parents. Again. Right?
Yeah.
Because he's assuming, because he's an idiot, that his dad came and saved him.
How the fuck would... Like, that didn't make sense. Like, is that... It's so delusional. You went fucking 13, 14 years without parents, and now you find out they're dead. Because you knew they were dead the whole time.
Yeah.
And now, because... And even the wizards told you they were dead.
Yeah.
Like, so it wasn't like your parents or your aunt and uncle just told you they were dead, and then there was this wizarding world. The wizards told you they died. What makes him think that his dad's coming back?
I don't know.
Because
That's a good
Harry's
question.
an idiot. He's such an idiot. He thinks his dad will come back.
Yeah, and he's like, he knows it, though. Because Harry Potter just has to know shit, and it has to go that way.
Well, Snape calls him out on that in one of the movies.
Because he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Harry Potter is a fucking idiot. And if you don't think otherwise, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not saying he doesn't have good intuition.
Yeah.
Even though that's wrong half the time. I'm not saying he doesn't have heart. Kid has heart. But he's an idiot.
He is an idiot, and it goes to show you that he sits there and waits. He's like about to let himself and Sirius
And
die.
Hermione, like I said, the only one that knows is she's like, dude, you're going to die.
Yeah, you need to
And
save
your
you.
fucking weird godfather relationship you guys have now. You're going to lose him, too. Like,
he's
you
like-
guys are dying.
He's like,
Don't worry. My dad will come. He'll conjure the Patronus.
He's going to send the fucking blue elk.
he's like the kid whose dad left to go get cigarettes, and he just waits for him at the corner store. Like, every so often, he's like, one day you'll see, my dad will be back. He'll need those cigarettes.
Right? And, like, all they've hinted at his dad is being an asshole. Like, his mom's the one that gets the praise.
Yeah,
His dad was just a good athlete, but an asshole.
an athlete and just sort of like an
alcoholic.
good wizard. Like, I guess.
No, because he was just down to thump.
Yeah. Well, and he's
Which
down
apparently is good in Wizard World because you're a thug in the Wizard World. Like, they're all British thugs.
and he was a thug to Snape. He literally is about to, like, take that fool's pants off midair. And all Snape, like, that's a shitty, not to jump too far back, but that's just shitty because Snape just wanted to read.
Right?
Like, that's all he wanted in that moment, these full pick on. So, yeah, his dad's a dick. Why would you want to meet your dad? Well, he doesn't know that yet. But why would you want to even meet your dad?
That's crazy.
So he has to cast the petroleum jelly spell. And, he realizes his dad will never come back.
Yeah.
Ever.
Ever.
Because why would he? He's dead.
He is dead. He is dead. Yeah, and I don't think he meant. I think he just meant like his spirit would save him, which is almost more ludicrous.
But he hasn't even seen that, if you want to call it technology, until fucking the fourth one when he has the duel, and they have their wand soul technology.
Which, right? It's almost like fucking their Apple.
Yeah.
Their technology just updates and everything looks better like every year. Which is dope.
And their clothes too.
And because Harry's too dumb for any problem solving, Hermione figures all this shit out.
Literally. Yeah. She tells him, she's the one that tells him.
And what's the theme of this Harry Potter series? Is that this is what? How many times has this happened? Where Hermione figured out everything for everybody.
Every movie.
Sorcerer's Stone. They don't get past the pubic nest without her. They'd have been done.
Chamber of Secrets.
They'd have been over.
Yeah. Chamber of Secrets, she she gets petrified, but she has
the note about the pipes.
Yeah, so she already knows.
Without that, everything's screwed.
Or if you look at
and what's the Azkaban is everything. She's like almost everything.
Everything. And
she saves Harry when the serious black shit happens. She goes through this whole time travel plan, and she's the leader here. Harry literally is the most overrated hero in history. That's all I'm saying. Like, he doesn't do anything.
That's what I always thought about these movies. Harry doesn't do a lot of spells or fighting for being the main hero.
No, he just knows shit, and because people taught him it. Like, if it wasn't for Lupus...
Yeah, right?
If it wasn't for Lupus, he wouldn't even have known petroleum jelly.
Lupus.
And you're telling me that Lupus couldn't have told Hermione that? And, like, she could have done the same exact thing?
Why would you...
She's a better wizard than Harry.
And what I don't get, too, is knowing the Dementors are out and about now. Why would he not teach that to the whole class?
Because this seems the only one that bothers is Harry, I think. Because remember, no one else is getting their life sucked besides Harry.
Yeah, but that's defense against the dark arts, and you literally have the Grim Reaper flying around your school.
Voluntarily. Hired by y'all.
Yeah, so... Maybe that seems like a good idea, but they're not known for making good ideas over there at Hogwarts.
Well, yeah, because the Ministry of Magic are fucking crazy.
Well, that's why I'm fantastic.
They're dumb and crazy. Because they're wizards and never learn anything but magic. So they don't understand politics or laws or how to handle fucking national crisis. They're just assholes.
I wonder if that's why in Fantastic Beasts, when she finds out that he wants to Hogwarts, they both give him this look like, oh, that's why you're stupid.
Yeah. We know the real world, bro. That's why we can exist within the real world.
It's like you
guys have to go to this magical fucking land outside the islands.
Yeah, seriously. The wizarding school in New York is probably like the 40th.
A normal, like... But what's crazy is the school's there or whatever, but then, like, they have a normal ass looking shit.
Yeah, they just opens up and then closes and then opens up into magic.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, their school's on the 40th floor
and
of
their
Trump
politics
Tower.
makes sense.
Yeah. Well, sort of.
It's not this, like, Catholic crazy shit that they have in the Half-Blood Prince. Was that Half-Blood Prince?
Yeah.
No, Order of the Phoenix. They don't have this crazy, like, church look.
Well, just to speak on that too, like, England sucks because think about it. The whole reason, which is the next scene, the whole reason why they're here is to save, a beast that was sentenced to death for hurting a child, which is a fairly normal procedure.
Yeah, and like I said, if anything, Hagrid's the one that should have been fired, and the Hippogriff should have been fine.
Yeah,
and it's Hagrid that brought the Hippogriff there,
right? And so their task is to go save him and a prisoner. That's what Dumbledore has tasked them with. Is now at this point they have to fly the Hippogriff up to the tower to save a criminal.
Well, he's not a criminal though because he didn't kill the guy.
They know that. Dumbledore doesn't. He just took their word for it. Well, he just took their word.
He looked at his jizz memories.
That's right. He's like, yeah.
I've collected my jizz.
That is how it went down.
This is my jizz on January 2nd, 1904.
So then, Sirius, like, yeah, he seriously is allowing kids to go save prisoners.
No, making them. Saying you're the ones that have to do it.
Yeah, he's like, I
can't be involved.
In which he could be totally.
Yeah.
But
He's a dickhead. That's why.
Why does he assume that he can't be involved?
Because he's an idiot.
They're all idiots.
They're all idiots.
They don't learn. So they saved Sirius. Hooray. It was fucking heartwarming, I guess. This is probably the shittiest part of the movie is that stupid talk between them. It's like there's all this tension, and then it's just like every time Sirius gets into like a mushy motivational speech, I just tune out. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Like they make him say the stupidest stuff when he's being emotional, but like otherwise he does cool shit. That makes me very frustrated about the character. Like that fool pops in like wanting to murder a dude, seeming like Joker-esque crazy, and then goes to like touching Lupin's chest. He's like, "It's in here, buddy. I'll always be," or sorry, Harry's fucking chest. He's like, "I'll always be your godfather," or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's just
he's an idiot.
It deflates everything.
That's a good point. Yeah, and so Harry saves the day because that's how they have to come and have him come in, swoop, and he makes the big move.
Yeah.
Because of something that Lupus taught him.
Yeah.
Which was think of a good memory, which Harry has none, and say petroleum jelly, and that'll save the day. As if anyone couldn't have learned that.
Right? Like, I don't get it.
It's some Force shit. It's the Force.
And that's
you don't understand how these motherfuckers get better at the Force.
That's what I'm so
they have to concentrate more. It's just concentrating.
That's what I was wondering. Is like concentrating more on magic make you more magical?
Yeah, I would think so.
Or is it your wand or like your artifacts?
I think it's both.
It's a little bit of everything, I guess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'd completely agree with that.
Yeah. So, I mean, at this point in the movie, you're just sort of done. You've seen.
I tapped out. I'm tapping out like I'm tapping out talking about it.
Yeah, it's just like
it lost me at the end.
It sums up like so boring.
It just didn't need that extra ending almost.
Well, there's like 3 extra endings.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So we might as well talk about those now and be done with it. Fuck them. He saves Sirius. Okay, cool. Flies to the.
Yeah, they break him out of the Hogwarts jail,
which they
where
have.
They keep the kids in the chokey.
Right, that's the chokey of Hogwarts, and then he's fucking like Sirius has to dip, right?
Yeah.
So they go back and they have their...
Well, he needs some meth. He's craving it. He's like, fuck.
He has to go get his
Harry,
stash.
Maybe he shouldn't be living with me. I'm a little too unstable, if you know what I mean. And Harry's like, yeah, dude, sure. Can you stop touching my fucking face?
He's like, you keep
and telling me I look like my fucking parents? Did you rape my dad or something? Get the fuck away from me.
Harry's like, all right, bro. How good a friend.
And why are you naked in your fucking wolf coat?
It's the only way I can become a dog.
Why do I feel like this is going to happen in the future?
Put
some goddamn underwear on. And Hermione's flicking her bean in the back.
Yeah, I'm sure she is. And then so they have
she's like, I'll walk away to flick my bean.
So then they have their fucking dinner table scene again. Another dinner table scene where they have to like commiserate over what the fuck just happened.
Right.
And Harry's so fucking pessimistic. He's basically like, things will never change for me. Which you're right, Harry. They'll just get worse. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
And he gets a broom.
Yeah. He gets a broom. Well, no, he first talks to Lupin, and Lupin's like, dude, I ran out of heroin. I'm just going to be a werewolf the rest of my life.
That's right. And Lupin
I have
dips.
no more heroin. Dumbledore won't give me any more. That was my whole salary. And that's the end. He gets a broom, and he's like, yeah!
Yeah, and it ends with his face. Yes! That was so fucking annoying.
Yeah,
dude.
and that, see, to me, up until that point, up until the werewolf, Prisoner of Azkaban was about a 7.5. And it dropped almost a full point because of that ending.
Like, pretty fast, too. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, pretty fast paced. A little choppy, but, like, not choppy to the point where I was like, oh my god, what scene is connecting to each other?
No, yeah, it did a fairly good job of flowing.
Yeah. And it was fast paced. Like you said, it was super fast paced at first.
And then at the end, you're just like, holy shit, they have to go back and do everything again?
And then when you realize this is one of the short, isn't this one of the shorter ones?
Yeah.
You're like, why was it even that long?
Because they
It could have been like the Two Towers, Lord of the Rings. It could have been like Two Towers. like this quick, fast-paced movie that you get through, and that's why I think a lot of people like Two Towers the best, because it's got the most action, it's the quickest. The story made sense.
Well, that's what ends up. The next one ends up being for Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Goblet of Fire goes really quick for being such a long movie.
Yeah. And I think that's, I don't know if that's the director. I don't know if that's the book, because they try and stay super true to the books for the most part.
They do. They
as
try.
If I would know that.
They do try to stick close to the books, though, because I've read all the books, and it seems more though that by.
You didn't read all the books.
I did read all the books. I swear to you, the last one came out when I was like in high school.
How many times did you read it sober?
I read all of them when I was sober. I was a child. Well, not to say that children aren't sober, but yeah. So they do stick.
How?
How?
Wasn't the Deathly Hallows book like 2008?
Yeah. I finished.
You weren't a child.
I was a child when the first one came out. When this one came out, I was like fucking.
The Deathly Hallows.
The Deathly Hallows came out when I was like 17 or 16. But
you weren't a child.
The first one came out when I was fucking like 8 or 9. Took them 10 goddamn years.
To conclude a story.
And honestly, by the time, like, I think that sort of shot her in the foot because by the time I was at Deathly Hallows, I was too old.
Yeah, you were over the Harry Potter story.
Yeah, I read it because I'd read all of them, but I didn't enjoy it.
No, that's how she sucks you in.
Exactly. I mean,
just
she got
like
her,
how the Dementors suck you off.
She got her book sales, right? Billion sold.
So, my question is, when we watch these Harry Potter movies, right? If they had been done now, how much better would they be?
Oh, immensely. Maybe. Because they might have copped out and used more technology and less storytelling.
Well, and remember, Chamber of Secrets, the snake was animatronic for some points.
Yeah. Which they will never do again, apparently. Like, fuck it. Robots are cheaper, but I don't fuck with them.
So, on the whole, that's why I thought the movie was an average 6.6, because a lot of the times I was entertained, and it was super fast-paced. I liked how it, switched on and off to, lighthearted to being dark. Sirius Black was a little forced as an initial scare point of the movie. Their relationship, their weird godfather-godson relationship
Super
was forced.
Yeah.
Hermione's the shit. Harry Potter's a moron. Lupin's addicted to heroin. Sirius is addicted to meth. Magula Island has blue waffle. Dumbledore's a fucking queer dickhead with a rotting fucking hand and lets students cheat and has a rigged fucking game that make kids compete for no fucking reason and make them crazy. The only way that they categorize those groups are because fucking Slytherin are snitches. And that's how they depict those kids. The fucking rat was a bad guy, and the guy that actually was who he was looked like a fucking rat, so I guess that was a good cast.
That was a great cast.
Lupus sort of looked like a weird werewolf guy.
Yeah.
Sirius definitely looked like a meth head, which I think they were trying to go for. The Hippogriff was cool. Hagrid's a fucking idiot. And that pretty much sums up the movie.
For me, what sums up the movie is Harry Potter is stupid as fuck. And that's literally the one sentence that I have for that movie. Because everything in this movie made him look stupid.
Yeah.
Every single thing. Like, he had to question everything. Like, bro, it's magic. Just stop questioning it.
Right?
Like, I did. I stopped questioning it as a viewer. I was just like, all right, let them do what they want and let's see if it's enjoyable.
Right?
But he can't.
That's crazy. And, so I think it could have benefited from doing something different at the end, or just shorten that a little bit. I don't know what they could have done.
I mean, but all in all, I liked it. I gave it a 7. So
yeah. So let's go over our list.
Yeah, we won't bore you guys too much with the rambling. So for me, the host, I have at number 8 Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets with a number 5, and that should have been left there, and the Chamber of Secrets. For number 7, I have Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, which I felt like I had to be pretty Sorcerer's Stoned to enjoy this movie. And I gave it a 6.
Okay.
Oh man, I wish I had some of that sorcerer dab, that fat sorcerer dab. I'll do it all at once. So next I have Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. I give that a 6.2.
A lot of hate.
I was gonna give it a 6.5, but it didn't deserve it. Just because it's Half-Blood Prince, but it didn't fucking deserve it. So for number 5, I have Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix with a 6.5. And then finally, number 4, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. And I gave that a 7.
Okay.
Which is the amount of inches I want to stick in that Azkaban.
Yeah. You know what's weird is like some of those scores aren't like terrible, but it sounds like we hate the movies because we just talk mad shit.
Oh, I hate all of them. But I'm judging them as if everyone were watching it through me. Like, yeah. I'm judging it for you, world.
These are definitely generalized scores.
I'm taking in 7 billion souls.
So number 8 for me was the Chamber of Secrets with 5.1. 4 of those points was because Jenny took too big of a shit. And it clogged the toilets, and it pissed off Moaning Myrtle.
She had to throw her
That's
book.
how the diary came out. Tom Riddle was like, nah, man. I got shit in my pages. And number 7 was Sorcerer's Stone with a 6.0. That Goldstone was a little too big to come out of Dumbledore. He's like, oh! That's why he died.
That's why.
Overlarge.
They had to switch actors.
Get overly large Goldstone. And Magic can't fix that, apparently. And number 6 was the Order of the Phoenix with a 6.5. Like I said, I'll give 4 points that to why Harry likes ethnic girls over white girls. I'm with you there, Harry. Number 5 is the Prisoner of Azkaban. I'll give 4 points to that because I think Sirius Black played the greatest meth head in fantasy history.
Yeah, definitely.
And Lupus was the second best heroin addicted.
Who was the first
actor
in fantasy history?
Fantasy history? Yeah, he might be number 1. He might be number 1.
Let's think. Is there anyone more heroned out in fantasy?
I don't know.
Probably Frodo most of the time in Lord of the Rings. He is like nodding off like every time the ring affects him. So that's pretty heroin.
Yeah, but that's a ring.
Yeah, but that...
Like, this fool's actually taking a potion, which was heroin.
Was it? It was like a straight alcohol bottle?
And number 4 for me was the Half-Blood Prince with a 7.0. And I gave all of that to Snape's liver cancer fingers. So yeah, if you want to check out all of our other episodes, I believe episodes 15 through 19 now?
Yeah.
To find out our other rankings and Fantastic Beasts. Are we going to say Fantastic Beasts yet? Are we ready? No?
I mean...
We'll let you guys know next episode where Fantastic Beasts ranks.
All right.
If you can't figure out math.
Yep.
We'll do that. You could actually tweet us that if you want us to, like, give you the list so far.
Yeah, because literally, if you've just
done
How about
that? We'll do some Soulja Boy promotion. Y'all tweet us and ask us what our shit is. We'll write it out and give it to you.
But you have to remember first, though, that we are the inventors of the internet.
I am the internet, bro.
We are the internet, and that...
So I think you could find us you could follow us on Twitter, tweet us whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah,
let
anything.
us know if you hated the episode.
Who cares?
Or not.
Just, like, talk to us.
Find us on Facebook, too. All the links are there on our description. If for those motherfuckers that don't read descriptions, it's all there.
Yeah.
You can email us, too.
That might be going too far. Motherfuckers don't even want to hit a like button. They fucking like email.
I mean, come on. We haven't even really like done anything on Facebook. We just posted our shit.
Yeah.
So I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
But also subscribe on iTunes right now.
Just iTunes.
Just iTunes for now.
Just hit iTunes.
Next couple weeks, just iTunes. You get us at Stitcher 2 and SoundCloud, but I'm going to say that really quickly. iTunes.
Yeah, download iTunes so you can download us. You can get that on any computer.
I know the motherfucking megabytes are huge because we're giving you good quality.
Right? We're trying to get it out there.
If you don't say this ain't good quality, you can suck my dick because it's solid. Solid. You could, I guess, like if you want to go to our actual shit, it's on Libsyn too.
No, I don't
Apparently.
think anybody does that. Who the fuck is
Why
on
would you do
Libsyn like
that?
searching for podcasts? That's where they're all at, but shit.
Other people that are making podcasts.
Probably. I don't think I've ever left our page on Libsyn.
Is there even a way to look at other pages on Libsyn?
I don't know. It's possible.
Libsyn's dope though. I fuck with it. You can get addicted to looking at those numbers, I'll tell you what.
It's fucking like road hypnosis.
It's like watching stock. It's almost worse. It's like watching votes in a political race. You're gonna be obsessed over that shit. But I'm not. I don't give a fuck. And that's my order of opinion.